Let's start off by talking about you. Your personal goals, your financial goals, what matters to you and your family so that buying a business makes sense. And when we're thinking about that, there's a couple things we need to consider, right? What type of lifestyle do you want? What type of income do you want? What's your short and long term vision? And these are where you need to stop and reflect first before moving ahead. And these are the really important things that you don't just want to guess at. You want to talk through with your friends and family and make sure that when you make this decision, it's going to make sense for the entire family unit, and you're not going to jump into something that people don't agree with and they think you're making a mistake. And if people do think you're making a mistake, you want to figure out why and work with them to understand, okay, who's right, who's wrong, do we meet in the middle? And that's what's so important about this chapter. You're going to reflect and come to a conclusion about what you actually want. And what we're going to do here is I want you to consider factors such as the number of hours you're willing to work. Are you willing to work really, really hard in the beginning? Or do you want a business that's more passive? Do you want flexibility and having a schedule? Is that important to you? Do you want to be in the office all day? Or do you want to be hybrid? Do you want to be remote? And that's going to reflect in what type of business you can and will buy. And of course, you want to think through the level of involvement that you want to have. Some people want to be a hands-on manager. They're happy driving change. Other people are a lot more hands-off, and they prefer to hire experts and professionals to handle things for them. So questions that you need to have clear answers for are you seeking more work-life balance with this change? And are you comfortable dedicating extensive hours to running the business? And then the second question is, do you prefer a business that can run semi-autonomously, or do you want to be involved in the day-to-day operations? And before you move forward, I want you to really have clear answers to those questions. In addition, I want you to think about your income. So your family needs to have some sort of income, and your business is going to create that for you. And different businesses are going to yield different levels of income, especially over different time frames. So it's going to be really important for you to establish what are your financial needs. How much money do you need to sustain your lifestyle versus how much do you want to push off to get a better ROI in the future and reinvest that into the business. And you want to consider, of course, both the initial salary you expect to draw and the business's future profit potential. The key question that's going to relate to your income is this. Are you looking for steady income, or are you looking for a business with a higher growth potential that may require reinvesting that income back into the business and pretty quickly? So you need to decide one, the other, or somewhere in the middle. And finally, when we're talking about your personal financial goals, I need you to have a clear picture of where you want to be in the short versus long-term vision of things. You want to consider how owning a business fits into your broader life plan for you and your family. Do you want to see this as a long-term investment, or do you plan to eventually sell the business for a profit? Understanding what your end goal looks like is going to help you really evaluate the potential opportunities that are available. So the question I want you to take away is, are you looking to build this business as a family legacy, or are you looking to grow and sell it within a few years? And that's really going to be a critical piece of this puzzle.